Yeah, you can see the title down below. It's basically advice for any toy collector, if you will, a collector of Transformers, figurines, whatever. See, later on today, whenever they arrive, I'll be getting several things that'll be added to my collection. Now, a lot of people probably wonder what advice I have, and I'm sorry for the bit pause I was thinking there. But everybody's probably wondering about the bit of advice I have. Well, the advice is very, very simple. The advice is almost very knowledgeable, if you will. In fact, everybody knows this advice. But for those that don't, and that do and don't, I'm here to help out a little bit more. I'm here to help out as best I can. Now, the advice I'm talking about is how to keep your figures safe and out of the hands of children. Now, I'm not trying to be mean or anything and say that kids shouldn't play with toys. They should. It keeps them busy. But if you're a longtime fan or something, like I'm a longtime fan of Transformers, I'm a longtime fan of Sonic, of the WWE, WWF, whatever. I'm a longtime fan. So if you want to keep something safe and safe and sound, then you got to do the best you can at protecting it. Now, there's no doubt a lot of you, well, some of you, about 48, 50 of you have seen my latest Transformers review video, which was for my Transformers Prime figure, Wheeljack. And if you haven't, check it out, please, here on this channel. But as you can see, I put it back up. I put it back in the box. I taped the box back up and everything, and then I put it on the wall. Same thing I did with that, my protoform of Optimus Prime. And this is from the 2007, when the 2007 movie came out. It's never been opened. And then this I got from my older sister for Christmas, my first Christmas back. Never been opened. And you can see what it says up there. Maybe if I open the light a little bit more, you can see. It says Collector Series number 15. Yeah, Collector Series number 15. Right there. And then you can see up here what I have as well. You see, the point I'm trying to make here, folks, is whether you open them or not, and whether you do open them like I did with this one, and you put them back to the way they were, or you put them back in the box and tape it back up and hang it, or if you have a shelf, like say this, which has to be cleared off or anything if I was to do something with it, or, well, maybe not something like this, but similar. What else can I show you as an example? Oh yeah, I know exactly what to show you. Something like this maybe. But it's here in the living room, here in the dining room, so there's no way I'd use that. But something like that. Or maybe something like that there. Or even something like that over there. You see, what I'm trying to say is that whether you have something like that to display your stuff on, you need to do it in a manner, basically, that keeps it out of the reach of kids. Now, if you don't have something like a shelf or, like, say, an entertainment center or whatever, then the best way to do it is to do it exactly like I did here. If you want to do a video review on it, show how you could transform your newest Transformer and all that, then go ahead. But if you feel like you need to put it away because you don't want kids to touch it, then that's what you got to do. You got to put it away. Simple as that. You got to put it back. Now, there are other methods to keeping your collection safe. There is. There are methods like doing what Zero Nizarak does. If you don't know what I mean, go to Zero Nizarak, type in Transformers in his search box there on his YouTube channel, and you'll see his collection deal. But basically what Zero Nizarak did is he had a trunk full of Transformers, and it took him a while to open the thing up, but it's all his original G1 figures. Now, that's one way of doing it. Another way, like I said, is to get something similar to this, if not more of glass shelf-wise. Putting your Transformers or whatever your figures, Sonic figures, and plushies, or Dragon Ball ones, or Ninja Turtle ones, G.I. Joes, whatever, Yu-Gi-Ohs. Doing that, you put them in the shelf. You put them in that glass case. Then you lock it up, and you make sure nobody gets into it. It's one way of doing it as well. And if you don't believe me on that, type in Sonic Collection, Sonic the Hedgehog Collection, here on YouTube, and even at DeviantArt, and you'll find exactly what I mean. Now, if you don't have those methods, again, just do what I've done, and that's either open it, do a video review, then put it back in its packaging as you had it, as when you first got it, and hang it up like I did, or just don't open it at all. End of story. The kids may not like it when they see them. Kids may not like it when they see it, but see it like that. But hey, it's the only way to keep the hands off it, right? Exactly. Because let me explain why. You see, when I first came back here, one of the first things my nephews wanted to do was play with my Transformers. And I'm not talking my teenage nephew. I'm talking more like my 4-year-old nephew. My 4-year, but my 9-year-old nephew. Years ago, when I came back, when he was like 4 or 5 years old, he wanted to play with them. Between 4 and 6 years old, he wanted to play with them. And I had to explain that no, you can't play with them because they're collectors, but that wasn't understandable. And when you have your family against you in those areas by saying, hey, let them play with them and keep them busy, you literally lose the war, if you know what I mean. Which is why I had to do what I don't want to do. You see, what I did is I used my futon, if you will, to hide them inside. I put a blanket on top of it and everything, and I hid them inside. And there are some in my closet that are still in a plastic bag. One of those vacuum bags, if you will. Shrink bags, whatever you want to call them. Space savers, I don't know what they're called. Space bags, there. I put them in there. There are some that I do have out, like my Optimus Prime from the 2007 movie. Not the protoform that you saw. Not the protoform that you saw, but the one that they actually sold. But the one they actually sold. I'll show you. That one. Right there. You see it right there? That's the one. So, you do something like that, it will keep them out of, that'll keep them out of it as well. But like I said, what I did here, this is my futon, right? Under here is my figures, as you can see. Not the best area to have them in, but what are you going to do? You know what I mean? But again, I don't like doing that. Again, I don't like doing that, but if I'm going to keep them safe, I have no choice. Really, I don't. I mean, unless I'll understand, oh, by the way, those are collector items. We can't play with them. You know, there's nothing you can do. But you know, it's not just with action figures as well. I want to show you. It's also things like with DVDs. Now, I'll give you an example. Right here, as you could tell, is the DVD box set of Sat AM. I got this at midnight when I was working at Walmart the day it was released, or at the midnight release. Now, throughout the week, through Amazon, through Hastings, and I think even Best Buy and even Walmart again, I got several other copies. I got a copy for Rafaela XD. I think I may have gotten one for J. Foxfire. I'm not sure. If I didn't, then that's my fault. But I got one for Rafaela XD. Maybe Foxfire. I'm not really sure yet. I think I did as a thank you. So I got one for my cousin, for my nephew. Again, like I said, I don't know if I did. As well as I got a copy for myself that I have yet to open. This has not been opened in nearly 5 years. I mean, not nearly for 5, but for over nearly 6 years. This here has not been opened for nearly 6 years. Not once. And I always have this plan to to frame it. You know what I'm saying? Like get a frame and put it in there and hang it on the wall. But in time that will happen. But you see, the point I'm trying to make here, folks, is the point and advice I'm trying to make and give here is if you want to keep things safe for future display and everything, keep them out of the reach. Keep them out of the reach of kids by either putting them on the walls or putting them out of reach, literally. Either lock them up in glass cases, do what Zeranizer did, put them in trunks if you have to, put them on high shelves, whatever. Build yourself some damn shelves like James Wolfe did in his home in Philadelphia. That way they'll be displayed. Kids can see them, but they can't touch them. And again, I'm not trying to be mean. And here's another bit of advice. If they want to play with them, then get 2 of the same. Like I got the Transformers Prime Wheeljack. If there was another one there, I would have gotten 2. You see what I'm saying? That's the best way to do. That's another way of doing things, of keeping your collection safe by buying 2 of the same. So, but hopefully this advice helped you guys out, and I did the best I can with it. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Take care. God bless.